ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकाले। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम Hare Krishna. I welcome all the devotees for this second session. Very happy and grateful to be amongst all of you. Yesterday we discussed how to be an instrument in Krishna's plans, how to imbibe that mood of being an instrument in the hands of Acharyas, Vaishnavas, Guru, and ultimately Krishna. Instead of being overly eager to take credit for one's own accomplishments, we need to be humble enough to transfer all the credits of our accomplishments to the Lord. Because we got empowerment from them. From Guru, Krishna, and Vaishnavas, we received empowerment, we received inspiration, we received training. We need to be grateful to them, and all credit goes to them. It's so, in fact, it's so relieving and satisfying to think that whatever we are doing is happening by the grace of the Lord. But it's very burdensome and very discomforting to think that we are accomplishing. If we think we are the doers, then we get disappointed when we don't get desired outcomes. If we think Krishna is the doer, he is sanctioning whatever is happening, then we just accept. We are very happy that, oh, Krishna, I did my best. You want this to happen? Let it happen. I tried my best for results, but still, the results are not in my hands. You have sanctioned it. The dependence on the sanction of Krishna will give us a sense of relief and satisfaction. But the sense of doership will inevitably lead to a sense of enjoyership. When I think I am the doer, I would naturally want to enjoy the results of my actions. As simple as that. And when we are caught up in this spiral of doership and enjoyership, we cannot release bhakti. Anyways, that was a quick recap of what we discussed yesterday. Today, we will discuss another topic as ordered by the organizers here. We'll speak on tolerance amidst reversals. How many of you face reversals in your life? Others are not lifting hand. You have no reversals in life. And do you think I'll believe that? When kids say you have no reversals, I can understand. You don't know what is reversal only. But every living being, every human being who has spent some time in this material world, naturally they would experience some reversals in life. Whether they are pure devotees or practicing devotees or materialistic people, reversals are there, problems are there, difficulties are there. But why there are reversals in life? Kunti Maharani says, Bhavesmin klishyavananam avidya kama karma bhi Shravana smaranarthani Karishyan iti kechana Bhavesmin klishyavananam. People experience a lot of kleshas or difficulties or reversals in life Because of avidya, ignorance. And that ignorance, avidya, leads to kama, material desires. And that kama leads to klesha. Kama leads to karma, material actions. And karma leads to klesha, material reactions. Avidya, kama, karma, klesha. This is the cycle. Avidya, ignorance. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of our original spiritual identities as servants of Krishna. And in ignorance, we embrace so many material identities. Embracing such material identities is the cause of so many material desires. And the very desire that we have is not based on our identity, eternal identity as servant of Krishna. When our very desires are based on a wrong sense of identity that we are kings, we are masters, we are enjoyers, we are proprietors, then what else do we expect? The basic identity itself is wrong. You have this mathematics formulas. You need to apply certain formulas to solve problems. Teacher gives some problem and you have to apply some formula. All kids know. You put a wrong formula there, then answer will go in a different direction only. You have chosen a wrong formula. Similarly, in this world, we have wrong identity. We think we are kings, or we are professors, we are constructors, we are builders, we are engineers, we are doctors, we are patients, we are policemen, we are criminals. So many identities we have, wrong sense of identities. When our basic identification itself is wrong, what else can we expect? Anyways, because of this, we experience reversals. That's what Kunti Maharani is saying. But a sober person or a great person is one who has the ability to tolerate reversals. Prabhupada writes in one purport, the greatness of a person has to be estimated by his ability to tolerate provoking situations. So many provoking situations, so many temptations, so many allurements, so many difficulties in this world. So our responsibility is to tolerate them. Tolerate. In fact, this tolerance is one of the initial teachings of Bhagavad Gita. I think we discussed yesterday also. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkhadah agama apayino anisya tam titikshasa bharata. Therefore, you should tolerate. Happiness and distress comes and goes. Tolerate. Don't get overwhelmed. Dualities of happiness and distress, success and failure, victory and defeat, they are there in the lives of devotees also and lives of materialistic people also. But what is the difference? The difference is that devotees don't get overwhelmed, but conditioned souls will get overwhelmed. Devotees don't get affected, but conditioned souls get affected. You know why devotees don't get affected? Simple. Because they study Srimad Bhagavatam. They take shelter of Krishna Katha. Dharma projita kaita otra paramo nirmatsaranam satam Vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatraya unmulanam. Tapatraya unmulanam. Understand? Tapatraya unmulanam means by taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, all tapatrayas are destroyed. The threefold material miseries are destroyed. Bhagavatam will destroy our miseries, no reversals. For a person who is taking shelter of Bhagavatam, what is this? Such a great claim. I read Bhagavatam, will I not have any problems of body and mind? Will I not get confused? Will I not get fever? Will I not get COVID virus? Will mosquitoes not bite me? Will I not get malaria? When I go out in super heat, will I not get sunstroke? When I go in rain, will I not become wet? Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't literally solve our external financial problems, our health problems, our climate problems, weather problems. Bhagavatam will give us the ability to tolerate them, to not get affected by them. Bhagavatam gives us the strength to be innerly connected to Krishna so that we don't get affected by the external calamities or reversals. Bhagavatam gives us that. Bhagavatam equips our consciousness with the necessary maturity to see misery as mercy of Krishna. When misery becomes mercy, where is misery? You're seeing misery as mercy. Somebody is slapping you, you are smiling. Oh, you're smiling, and somebody is slapping you. What is this? Is he feeling a sense of tickling? And somebody is chastising you. You are rejoicing it. Did I crack a joke or what? I'm scolding you. But they're smiling. It doesn't make any difference. Misery is seen as mercy. Why a devotee sees misery as mercy? Because devotee understands that I have experienced, I have committed so many misdeeds, so many wrong deeds. As a token punishment for my own misdeeds, Krishna is giving me this suffering. Means by experiencing this suffering, I am being relieved of all the reactions to my past misdeeds. That gives me happiness. Okay, I'm done with this. Let me experience this misery. I'm done with the reactions. So devotee feels like that. Or any wise person feels like that. Whenever a devotee is experiencing difficulties, a devotee simply feel that I am reaping the results of my own actions and it's good for me. Let me not postpone it. Let me experience it. Let me just do away with it and move ahead towards the lotus feet of Krishna. That's the understanding of a devotee. Therefore, devotees don't hate anybody for causing any problem in life. Because devotees understand whatever I'm experiencing is a result of my own mistake. Tatenu kampam susamikshavadoho punjana evatmakritam vivakam hridvagva purvir vidadhan namaste jivetayo muktipade sadaya bhat. Tatenu kampam susamikshamano. When I closely examine the reasons for my difficulties, punjana eva makritam vipakam. I am experiencing all these difficulties only because of my own misdeeds. Hrid vak vapur. In this situation, what am I supposed to do? Hrid vak vapur. Hrid means heart. Vak means words. Vapu means body. With my body, with my words, with my senses, I just have to take shelter of Krishna. That's all. Experience, endure the difficulties, tolerate the difficulties, considering them as results of your own misdeeds and sanctioned by Krishna, and without blaming anybody, without holding any grudge towards anybody, just take shelter of Krishna and Krishna will protect us. We'll go back to Krishna. It's good to experience some reversals in life. We'll become strong within. You know, there is a mountain. In mountain, there's a lot of dust. So much of dust in mountain. Will anybody go to the mountain and clean the mountain with soap? Did you ever do some maha cleaning of mountain? Some soap, scrubber, some spraying like this, wiper. Have you ever cleaned the stones of mountain? No. If it is Govardhan Shila, we do all that. Apply oil and then keep bathing Govardhan Shila and all. But general mountains, we don't clean. When will the mountain become clean? When it rains. So much rain, torrents of rain is pouring down on a mountain. It's not that easy to stand when it's raining so much. How many kids here? How many kids enjoy rain? You like rain? You like to become wet in rain? Anyone here? Yes, one, two. Only two kids. I thought all kids will raise their hands. Three. What's your name? Niranjan. Niranjan likes to become wet in rain. But how long? 5 minutes you will play, jump up and down. 10 minutes you will play. 10 hours you can stand in rain? 10 minutes. Yeah, he has a limit. His tolerance has a limit. And too much downpour, it's joyful, especially after summer season. Suddenly some drizzles are coming and then you are feeling sense of cooling by becoming wet in rain. That's great. But how long? But mountain, No problem. No choice only. Mountain has to just stand there. When Krishna lifted Govardhan mountain, was Govardhan mountain becoming wet?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
How many say yes? Okay. How many say no? Okay. Those who said no, yes, this little boy. Yes. Why you said no?
Because Krishna was protecting the
Hmm.
Govardhan and like the
Normal water. Little bit mixing only. Krishna was protecting Govardhan mountain. What? Umbrella. Krishna was using Govardhan as umbrella. Did Krishna put another umbrella on Govardhan or what? How is he protecting? Nijapati bhujadanda chhatra bhavam prapadya pratihata madadhrishto danda devendra garva. Nijapati bhujadanda, making his own bhuja as danda, as a stick. Chhatra bhavam prapadya, he made Govardhan as a chhatri, as an umbrella. So Govardhan is itself acting as an umbrella. Where is umbrella for Govardhan? Why are you saying that Govardhan did not become wet? Yeah? Others? Today's rose hands. Krishna invoked the presence of Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra was rotating over Govardhan mountain. Whatever drops of, not drops, pillars of elephant-like drops of water falling from the sky sent by Indra, all that water was being absorbed by the Sudarshan Chakra. Govardhan was unaffected. Nothing happened to Govardhan. But generally speaking, when it rains, all mountains will become wet. But mountain is not affected by it. Mountain is nicely washed, nicely cleansed. During monsoon season, because there is profuse quantities of rain, this entire mountain becomes clean and green. During winter season, during summer season, the mountain is very dirty, very brownish, very dry. But during monsoon season, mountain looks so beautiful. How many of you came to Jeel, Govardhan Villages? Okay, quite, only few. Okay. We have a mountain there. Kohos mountain. Last 14 years I'm seeing. Every monsoon, the mountain is very clean, very green. Sometimes we see waterfalls also. Green mountain. Sometimes we see white clouds around that mountain. It looks very nice. So the main point that I want to make is when difficulties appear in a devotee's life, devotee should not hate the difficulties. Just like mountains become clean and green when it rains, similarly, we also become pure and courageous and mature when the rains of difficulties and reversals come in our lives. Compare the rains with reversals. Compare yourself with a mountain. Compare the clean and greenness of the mountain during rainy season with the purity and maturity that we attain by experiencing the reversals, by tolerating the reversals. It's good. We experience some difficulties in life. If you're always in a comfort zone, if you're always facing a materially prosperous and comfortable situation, you will not grow internally. If the teacher is always giving problems, mathematics problems, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 6, 10 plus 20, kids will easily solve. Sometimes they need some bigger problems also. Then only their intelligence is tested. Especially when we face reversals, that's a time where our faith in Krishna is tested. How faithful are we? When Krishna gives us material prosperity, we may love him, thank him, serve him, thank you, Krishna, it's your grace. But when Krishna causes material difficulties in our life, how much trust do we have in Krishna's integrity and intention? It's a question mark. But actually, Krishna gives some difficulties in sadhaka's life because Krishna understands when I give him material prosperity, he's forgetting me. When I give him difficulty, he will come to pray to me. To make us more prayerful, Krishna will give some difficulty sometimes. You see, it's the other way around also. When there is prosperity, you may thank him. When there is difficulty, you may blame him. Other way around is, when there is prosperity, you'll forget him. When there is difficulty, you'll go and pray. Both are possible. Conditions also are unpredictable. They can do anything. They can respond to stimuli in any way. So Krishna knows. When a devotee is facing some reversals, they'll become prayerful. Let me just give him more reversals. Let me bring them closer to my lotus feet. That's what the Krishna thinks. Now let me just tell some pastimes. We spoke a lot of concepts now till now. We can discuss some stories. Pandavas faced several tribulations. Vishan Mahagneha Purushada Darshanat Satsabhaya Vanavasa Krichrata Brudhe Neka Maharathastrato Draunyastratascha Hare Virakshita. So Pandavas faced so many difficulties. We discussed some of them yesterday also. However, when Pandavas faced difficulties, they could tolerate all the difficulties without giving up their faith in Krishna, without giving up their trust in Krishna's intentions. They were very faithful to Krishna. Now, after Kurukshetra war was over, after the battle, Krishna took all the victorious Pandavas in front of Bhishma Dev. At one point, Yudhishthira Maharaj became extremely morose and guilty that because of me, just to enthrone me as the king of Hastinapur, so many thousands of soldiers have to lay down their lives. I am the cause of their death. In this way, Yudhishthira Maharaj was feeling so bad. Then Krishna took Yudhishthira Maharaj all the way to Bhishma Dev. Then Bhishma Dev started consoling, pacifying Yudhishthira Maharaj. He said, Aho kashtam aho nyayam yadyuyam dharma nandana Jeevitam narhata klishtam vipra dharmachyutashrayah. Aho kashtam, aho anyayam. What great difficulties you all have faced. Anyayam, so many injustices. Kashtam, at least we can easily digest it. When you are walking on the road, you hit a rock. Here you don't find so many rocks lying on the road, but there we see a lot of rocks. When you hit a rock, you are bleeding. Oh, kashtam. Or lot of heat, lot of cold, some financial issues, some health issues, difficulties. They are kashtam. But anyayam is something different. Anyaya means somebody is deliberately doing injustice. They're trying to exploit you. They're trying to cheat you. They're trying to take advantage of you. So that is the difference between anyayam and kashtam. Anyayam is caused by somebody. Kashtam also can be caused by somebody. Difficulty also can be caused by somebody. But anyayam is specifically cheating. Specifically, deliberately cheating where you don't deserve it, but still you face it. So Pandavas faced so many difficulties and so many injustices, but they could survive. Why? Very simple. Vipra dharma achyutashrayah. They have taken shelter of Vipra, devotees. Dharma, bhakti. Achyuta, Krishna. Because they have taken shelter of Vipra, Dharma and Achyuta, they could survive through all these reversals in life, all these difficulties and problems and injustices in life. So Pandavas are not an exception. They are pure devotees. Why should they experience any difficulties? They are pure devotees. Practicing devotees experience some difficulties because of their anarthas, because of their aparadhas, because of their inconsistencies in devotional service, because of offending devotees, because of making mistakes in their deity worship, because of their own envy, pride, greed, etc. Struggling sadhakas can experience difficulties that are understood. And general materialistic people, they have karma. Because of karma, they suffer. Devotees may not have karma. Karmani nirdhati kuntucha bhakti bhajam. Because they take shelter of Krishna, they practice bhakti. Therefore, karma is gone. But still, there is some trace of anarthas and aparadhas. That will take some time. Anartha nivritti is a stage in bhakti. Right? When you are practicing bhakti, you pass through anartha nivritti stage. So because of that anarthas, we may experience some difficulties, that's clear. But pure devotees, why should they suffer? They have no anarthas, they have no aparadhas, they have no karma, they have no prarabdha karma, they have no aprarabdha karma, they are not sinful at all. But why should they suffer? You have this, in first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam presents this example of Narada Muni in his past life as the son of a maid servant. What was he doing? He was a 5-year-old child, but he became so pure that he came to the stage of prema by serving whom? Bhaktivedanta sages. And he became such an exalted devotee, pure devotee, that he came to the level of prema. But the problem was, his mother was killed by a snake. She went to milk a cow in the evening time. A snake bit her mother and she died on the spot. 5-year-old child, no other protector, no other relatives, no guardians, no caretakers. 5-year-old child, the only protection that he had was his mother, and mother died. What will he do? You know what's mentioned there? Very beautifully, the shloka says, Bhaktanam shamabhipsataha. The Lord is one who desires auspiciousness for his devotees. If he desires auspiciousness for his devotees, why did he allow his mother to die? If mother has died, how can that be auspiciousness? One may have certain doubts about Krishna's intentions, Krishna's integrity. But Sutta Goswami says, Narada Muni himself says, Bhaktanam shamabhipsataha. My Lord is one who desires auspiciousness for all his devotees. The purport Prabhupada writes, this is the way of dragging a sincere soul towards the lotus feet of Krishna. What? By killing mother? No? By allowing the mother to die because of a snake bite, he is trying to drag this little boy Narada to the lotus feet of Krishna. Yes, that's how Krishna's plans work. All the plans that Krishna makes for his devotees may not be palatable. Now that we know the story, we may smile. But when we face reversals in our own life, when we are separated from our own near and dear ones, it could be parents, it could be grandparents, it could be uncles, it could be friends, it could be children. When there is a separation that a devotee experiences, it's excruciatingly painful. Now, Arjuna heard entire Bhagavad Gita from Krishna just before the war. But few days after that, during the war, Ashwatthama died. Arjuna's dearest son. He's a mere boy. Not Ashwatthama, Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu died. He's a very young boy, maybe into his teens. But Arjuna was devastated. Krishna did not question him. Arjuna, I spoke so much Bhagavad Gita to you. You forgot everything or what? Why are you crying now? Dhira statra namu hyati. You are supposed to be dhira. Namu hyati. Don't be bewildered by the inevitable death. Ashochan anvashocastam prajnavadamscha bhashati. Gatasum agatasumscha nanusocanti panditaha. He did not speak Bhagavad Gita. He consoled. When somebody is overly emotional, don't speak philosophy to suppress their emotions. Philosophy is not meant to kill our emotions. Philosophy is meant to channelize our emotions so that we don't become overly emotional and thus become dysfunctional. When we become overly emotional, we become dysfunctional. Philosophy is meant to regulate our emotions so that we don't become dysfunctional by being overly sentimental or emotional. But philosophy is not meant to kill emotions. Devotees have soft emotions. How should Arjuna respond? He should definitely cry when Abhimanyu dies. If you can't cry for your own relatives, if you can't cry for your mother or father or son or sister when they're in some trouble, how can you cry for Krishna? You have not yet seen him. When we are unable to love the person right in front of us who served us, who associated with us for such a long time, how can we cry for Krishna? So devotees are not like rocks, hard rocks where there are no emotions. Devotees have emotions. They have pain. They experience pleasure. They feel separation from their relatives, their friends, their family members when they're separated. Yes, definitely. Arjuna's lamentation is justified. But just because they become emotional when they're separated from their relatives, that does not mean they become dysfunctional. They don't ignore their duty. They don't give up their duties. They don't forget their responsibilities. When Krishna departed, Arjuna was overwhelmed. Yasya kshana viyogena loko hyapriya darshanaha uktena rahito hiesha mritakaha prochyate yatha. Just a moment of separation from Krishna can render all universes to void. To that degree, Arjuna was experiencing separation. Arjuna was overwhelmed because of his separation from Krishna, but he remembered Bhagavad Gita instructions and he planned for his own departure. He planned for Pandava's departure and he enthroned Parikshit Maharaj as the king of Hastinapur and they retired. So they did their responsibility. It's not bad, it's not unnatural to become emotional when there is a calamity, but those emotions should not take away our sense of duty. We should not ignore our responsibilities. That's how we should balance our emotions properly and channelize them properly. Coming back to the story of this little child, Narada Muni in his past life, what did he do? He understood the Lord has taken away my mother, but I'm 100% confident that my mother must have received another body in another lifetime where she can continue her practice of bhakti, or she would have gone back to Godhead also. Who knows? We see the calamity that's visible to our eyes in this world only. But behind or beyond what is visible to our material eyes, there is something else that's happening. After death, where did she go? That's the question. After death, what happened to this little boy? That's the question here. After the death of this mother, maid servant, this boy became so self-realized. He meditated on the Lord. He got the darshan of the Lord within his heart. The Lord gave him little darshan, and later the Lord said, "No, you need to intensify your sadhana," and he intensified his sadhana and became Narada Muni. So spiritually successful, isn't it? Where is an orphan kind of child who lost his mother, 5-year-old child just wandering like an orphan? And where is Narada Muni, giving shelter to hundreds and thousands of disciples, enlightening them in spiritual life? You see, Narada Muni in his past life, he experienced so much of distress, but he was not affected by the distress. He faced a reversal, but he was not affected by the reversal, and he became Narada Muni. And his mother, who died, she definitely must have gone back to Godhead, or at least she would have got an opportunity to continue her bhakti in the next life. As simple as that. Prithu Maharaj and Archie, they ruled the world as king and queen for such a long time, and they retired. Alone, they went to the forest and they did some meditation. They did some dhyan, japa, and all austerities. And after some time, Prithu Maharaj died. Nobody was around. You know, Prithu Maharaj, when he died, his wife Archie herself, being a lady, being a queen, arranged funeral fire for Prithu. And she kept the dead body of her husband on the funeral pyre. She took a bath. She lit that funeral pyre. And the dead body was being burned. And she entered the fire. She died. Apparently, she committed suicide. Now, just some new TV channels, news channels, when they know this incident, how will they present? They were devotees of Krishna whole life. They ruled the whole planet. See what God has done. They died in the forest without being seen by anybody. Without being seen by anybody, Prithu Maharaj died. Nobody came to his rescue. And his wife, Unable to tolerate this pain, she committed suicide. People will report in 100 different ways. But after she jumped into the fire, what happened? Vaikuntha airplane came to take both this her wife and husband. The couple went in Vaikuntha airplane to Vaikuntha. That nobody has seen. We only see the external material reversal. But after that, how much fortune the devotees got, we don't know. Sometimes few devotees may have financial losses, some health crisis. The devotees will say, because I had this health crisis, I took shelter of Krishna more intensely, without any distractions. When I was healthy, I was spacing out so much. I was getting distracted. I was getting very confident. But when I had health issues, I became more prayerful. I increased my dependence on Krishna. I intensified my remembrance of Krishna. And devotees who are sitting on the bed, sleeping on the bed, they said that I don't want to exchange my situation with anybody now. I am experiencing great bliss in this current situation. I am experiencing a deeper bonding and connection with Krishna. I am experiencing the love and affection of all the devotees around me. Till now, I had so many complaints about this devotee, that devotee, that devotee. I have experienced so much of tension or some strain in my relationships with other devotees. But now, those very devotees whom I blamed earlier, they are coming to help me. They're praying for me. They're chanting for me. They're doing kirtan by standing around me. How glorious this situation is. I have no negativity towards anybody, any devotee. I'm very happy and grateful for this situation. That's what a reversal is making to a devotee. If a reversal is making a devotee more serious in bhakti, that reversal is a curse or a blessing. Why should we hate it? Therefore, Mother Kunti said, Vipadaha santutaha shashvat tatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yasyat apunar bhavadarshanam. Is it because of the cable like yesterday? Hare Krishna. Vipadaha santutaha shashvat tatra tatra jagadguru. Kunti Maharani is saying that let there be more and more calamities, no problem. Focus is not calamity. It's not that she is a lover of calamity. There are some Kshatriyas who are lovers of fighting, argumentation. They like that. But she's not like that. She's not a lover of calamity. Some devotees may like mirchi or mirchi now. Already spicy sabji. One more mirchi, get extra additional. They need some 4 or 5 mirchis in the plate in one corner. That's fine. They have that taste. Some people want more sweets. Already sugar syrup is there. Can you put sugar somewhere? Let me just add some extra sugar. Some devotees, some people, as soon as something is served in their plate, they first take salt and then sprinkle on it. Sprinkle on there. They don't even taste. First, put some pinch of salt, then only you can put in your mouth. They want little extra salt. Some want extra mirchi, some want extra sugar, some want extra sourness. Like the different devotees have different tastes. Kunti Maharani is not having taste for that calamity. Extra mirchi, extra salt, extra spice, and extra calamity in life. She's not a lover of calamity, she's a lover of Krishna. She's a lover of Krishna. Whenever there is a calamity, Krishna is coming and giving them darshan. Therefore, Kunti Maharani said, oh, calamity is an opportunity for me to come in contact with Krishna. Let there be more calamities. Let Krishna come. In Damodar Leela, or in many other Leelas, when Krishna is a child in Vrindavan, sometimes he would rub his eyes. Rudantam muhurnetra yugbam rujantam. He would rub like this. For what? Not to wipe tears, to produce more tears. When more tears come out of his eyes, sometimes you have one little drop here, then you just rub like this, more drops will come, right? So to produce more tears and to invoke the compassion of Mother Yashoda, Krishna is just rubbing his eyes, right? So sometimes there are different motivations behind even crying, behind even desiring calamities. But Kunti Maharani felt that whenever there's a calamity, Krishna is coming and blessing me. That's great fortune. Good. Then let there be more calamities. That is our understanding. When Ashwatthama released the Brahmastra to kill the last descendant of the Pandavas, is that Parikshit Maharaj? What did Mother Uttara say? Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyam tadabhayam pashyet yatra mrityuh parasparam. Change.
This connect this. So that
This connect this one.
just pull out that.
Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate nanyam tadabhayam pashyet yatra mrityuh parasparam. Pahi pahi mahayogin. Oh Lord, pahi pahi, I take your shelter, I take your shelter. Deva deva, you are God of all gods. Jagatpate, you are the master of the entire universe. Na anyam tadabhayam pashyet. I don't see anyone other than you who can bestow abhayam. Abhayam means fearlessness. Yatra mrityuh parasparam. Uttara did not say, this Krishna did not protect my husband, Abhimanyu. Just few days back, he died in the battlefield. Will he protect my son today? I don't think so. I'll not go to him. Let me find some other god. She did not say. She said, Deva Deva Jagatpati. You are the God of all gods. Na anyam tada bhayam pashyet. I don't find anybody else other than you who can mitigate my miseries. How much trust she had in Krishna. Whether Krishna gives me happiness or distress. Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichha tohara. Whether you kill me, whether you give me darshan, whether you embrace me or neglect me or trample me. Aslishya vapadartam pinashtumam. Adarshana. Yes, sir. Marmahatam karotva. Yatha tathava vidadhatu lampato. Mat prananathastu sayeva naparaha. You are my prananatha. Nobody else is there to protect me. Prananatha means you are the Lord of my life. I don't have any other protector. Even if you have not protected me from certain calamity, that doesn't mean I will give up my trust in you. That doesn't mean I blame you. That doesn't mean I doubt your intentions and integrity. No, Krishna. Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata had 8 daughters, right? 8 daughters they had. But soon after they took birth, they died. 8 daughters died. Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata were in deep distress. They were praying to Krishna, Krishna, please give us some surviving child, please. Finally, they got Vishwaru as their son. Another expansion of Balaram. They thanked the Lord. In calamity, they were taking shelter of Krishna. In happiness also, they were taking shelter of Krishna. Whether it is happy moment or distressful moment, devotees always take shelter of Krishna. That's what devotees are. Devotees are not those people who trust Krishna and who serve Krishna, who worship Krishna only when there is material prosperity and who doubt Krishna when there is difficulty. No. They are not mature devotees. You know Chitraketu Maharaj's wife? Chitraketu Maharaj had 1 crore wives. Crorepati. He had 1 crore wives. Out of 1 crore wives, only 1 wife became the mother of a child. Who is that? Kritajiti. So Kritajiti became the mother of 1 child. The remaining 1 crore minus 1 wives, 99,99,999 wives, they all poisoned this child and killed out of their envy. Small child, very little child. Very scary stories are there in Srimad Bhagavatam also. But ultimately the message of all the stories is bhakti only. So they killed the little child. They realized that her child
આવાજ ભરીએ
is not sleeping for a long
પણ આ
time.
તો બહુ
Slept for a-
બધું ઢોરા છે ગાડીમાં કેવી
She
રીતે લઈ
realized
જઈશ
it. She blamed.
આમાં બરાબર
What kind of God are you? You are acting like an inexperienced child. How can a child die during the lifetime of his father? Father is living here and little child died. You are going against your own creative laws. One has taken birth before, should die before. One has taken birth later, they should live for longer time. She has created her own law. There is no such law as such. But she thinks that one who is very young should live for a longer time. No, Lord can take away anybody at any time. She's blaming the Lord. She's criticizing Krishna. She is blaspheming providence. Sometimes when there is difficulty, this is what we devotees do. You see, some Hindi movies, not see now, but when you used to see Hindi, Telugu, whatever, Indian movies, whenever there is difficulty, then only the hero will go to the temple. Then only he will sing a tragic song. Only that there is thunder in the sky, rain there. Only then the screen comes like this, like this. Till now the screen is straight, but suddenly the camera moves in all directions. Somebody all full round, round, round. Only then the bells will start ringing. When there is happy moment, there is a duet. When there is distressful moment, there is blame. Krishna, are you there or not? Do you exist or not? That's what many people do. So calamity in the Lord. Calamity should intensify our faith in the Lord. Calamity should remind us that you are not a controller. There are so many higher powers beyond you. They are controlling your life. Don't think you are the enjoyer. Don't think you are the controller. Don't think you are the master. Don't think you are the proprietor. Don't think you are the creator. Don't think you are the doer. Krishna is everything. Right? So when everything is happening according to our will, our expectation, our plan, our strategy, we think we are the controllers. But when things go against our plans, we understand we are not the controllers. That will help us humbly surrender to Krishna. Utilize that opportunity to take shelter of Krishna instead of blaming him. First, you have made your plan. You have no knowledge that your plan will not work. And when your plan did not work, you start blaming him, the ultimate plan maker. So this is immature way of practicing bhakti. Gajendra was a very powerful elephant, extremely powerful. Gajendra was ruling the entire Trikuta mountain region. And finally, that Gajendra faced a calamity. Gajendra was thinking, Gajendra was totally absorbed in his identity as an elephant. And Gajendra was thinking that I am the ruler of this jungle. All the lower animals survive at my mercy. And I'm happy. I can live like this forever. Let me just go into the lake and then happily enjoy. Gajendra was sucking water from the lake and splashing that water on his family members and wives and children. Gajendra was enjoying like that. Unexpectedly, a crocodile came and caught Gajendra. Completely caught. Gajendra thought, maybe this crocodile will leave me in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or I can smash it. So Gajendra started pulling the crocodile outside the water. And crocodile started pulling Gajendra inside water. When you try to solve a problem, you may try to come out of the problem, and the problem is pulling you more and more. Have you seen any situation in life where you faced a problem which is very small? The more you try to solve the problem is bigger. The problem is become much bigger, much bigger, much bigger. You see? Simple. When you have some itching sensation here, you scratch here, thinking that it will relieve you. But the problem is, the more you scratch, the more the wound will become bigger. The body will become very puffed up, right? So much pus. So sometimes when children have some rashes, parents will say, don't scratch, but the kids cannot tolerate it. They keep on scratching. And the wound will become bigger and bigger, infection will spread all over the hand. And when they touch this finger, somewhere else, it will come here also, it will come here also, it will come here also. Everywhere they keep scratching, whole day, they will keep on scratching. Sometimes the solution to a problem can be more complicated than the problem itself. Prahlad Maharaj said, Dukkha aushadam tadapi dukkha matadhiyaham. Dukkha aushadam means a remedy for a misery. Tadapi dukkham is even more problematic than the misery itself. That's how life is in this material world. So Gajendra was thinking, I can just easily kill this crocodile, but nothing is happening. The struggle went for one full day, 2 days, 3 days, 10 days, 20 days, 40 days, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. Crocodile did not leave. Sometimes a problem will come, it will not leave us only. Many times we hear this pacifying statement, problems will not remain forever. You will also experience some joy in one life. Agama apayino anitya. From Sthitiksha. That's correct. Problem will not remain forever. That's very good to pacify ourselves like that. Today there is distress, tomorrow there will be happiness. Don't worry.
उचकवा लागणार
Sometimes we encounter some problems, they will remain forever.
હે
You have to live with
પેલી
it.
આપડી આ ટ્રે છે એમાં આવી જશે
Sometimes
એમાં બી
you
નહીં આવે
go to your doctor, he will say, take this medicine, in 1 week your problem will go away.
એટલે એક સાઈડ હતી ઊંચક એક સાઈડ ઊંચકું
Sometimes you go to your doctor, he will say, you have to live with this problem.
તો તું ધ્યાનથી કરશે
Control jet doesn't work. You
મોટો
have
નેપકિન
eaten so
નાખી
much
દઉં નીચે
of oily food, you got
અથવા
cholesterol.
ચાદર
So, but you reduce your oily food for a period of time, it will go all right. But sometimes some diseases are there. Oh, he cannot undo it now. No control is the option available.
લાઈ હું પકડાવું તને
You press Control S,
એટલું
close the
heavy,
document,
એકલા
again
એકલા
open the
હાથે પકડાશ.
document, press 100 times Control Z, nothing will happen. You have to redo the whole thing. You cannot undo, you have to redo. That's how life is. Many times you may have to live with the problem forever. Gajendra struggled for 1,000 years. Still, there is no solution to the problem. There's a beautiful sloka in Padyavari. Samsaram sambhuta brahma bhare gambhirata patraya grahena bhigrihita mugra gatina kroshantam antarbhayat Ditrena adya sudarshanena vibudha klantichida karina Chinta santati ruddha muddhar hare machitta dantishwaram Samsara ambhasi sambhurta brahma bhare. Samsara ambhasi means this material ocean, material existence is like a ocean. Samsara ambhasi. Sambhurta brahma bhare. Brahma bhare means it's filled with so many illusions and temptations and distractions and problems. Gambhirata apatraya. These tapatrayas are like very gambhira, very grave, gravely attacking us. We are all just drowning in this ocean of material existence, being tossed by the waves of threefold material business. Gambhirata patraya grahena bhigrihita mugra gatina kroshantam antarbhayat. Already we are we are drowning in an ocean. On top of it, a crocodile is behind us. We don't know swimming. Or a shark is behind us. Just imagine the situation. Grahena bhigrihita mugra gatina. Ugra gatina is not living only. Crocodile is not coming to play with us. Sometimes kids will enter the swimming pool, they start splashing water on each other. Crocodile is not coming to splash water on you and play with you. Coming to swallow you. Grahena bhigrihita mugra gatina. Akroshantam antarbhayat. Akrosha means very piteously crying. Antarbhayat, so much of fear, anxiety, sadness within the heart. Akrosham antarbhayat. Itrena adya sudarshanena vibudha klantichida karina. In such a situation, Krishna, only you can protect me. How? Ditrena adya. Today, you release your Sudarshana chakra, which is very effulgent. Ditrena adya sudarshanena vibudha klantichida karina. That Sudarshan chakra relieved even great devatas from all their difficulties. Release that Sudarshan chakra to relieve me today from my difficulty. Klantichida karina chinta santati ruddha buddhara hare machitta dantishwaram. Machitta, my mind is like dantishwaram. What is dantishwaram here? Danta is big tooth, teeth of Elephant. Dantishwaram. Danti means anybody who has teeth can be called Danta, but Dantishwaram is Gajendra who has very huge tusks. So Machitta Dantishwaram. My mind is like that Gajendra. Gajendra is caught by crocodile, and I am caught by this ocean of Maya, this threefold material miseries. Gambhira tapatraya. Ugragatina, I am caught up like that. I am only taking your shelter. Oh Lord, please, Uddhara Hare, oh Hari, please do Uddhar. Gajendra felt grateful for that experience. Initially, Gajendra said, oh Lord, please relieve me from this difficulty. This crocodile is swallowing me, he is killing me. None of my elephant friends are able to protect me. And I myself, with my own strength, is unable to trample this crocodile. Not leaving me for 1,000 years, please protect me. Gajendra initially prayed like that. Madrik prapanna pashupacha vimokshadaya muktaya bhuri karunaya namolaya swamshena sarvatanu bhrinmanasi pratita pratyagdrishe bhagavate brihate namaste. Oh Lord, you are the only person who has the compassion, capacity, and cognizance to protect me. You have the compassion to protect me. People may be compassionate, but they don't have capacity. I'm very kind upon you. I want to relieve you, but I cannot do anything for you. When we fall sick, many people may become very kind upon us, but they don't have the medicine to protect us. They don't have the ability to protect us. Sometimes even doctors lack ability to protect us. They're kind. They have compassion. They have no capacity to protect us. They have intention to protect us. They have no ability to protect us. Only the Lord has intention and ability both. Compassion and capacity both. So he, please come and protect me. Gajendra said like that. But interestingly, initially Gajendra was an Artha Bhakta. You know Artha Bhakta? Arto Jignasur Artharthi Jnani Cha Bharatarshvabha. You know this sloka? Arto Jignasu Chaturvidha Bhajante Evam Jana Sukridino Arjuna. Artha means a relief seeker. Jignasu, a curious person, very curious. Why Krishna is wearing peacock feather? Why Krishna is holding flute? Why not Veena? Why Gopi is holding Veena and why Krishna is wearing flute? They should exchange, right? Krishna should hold a mridanga, not flute. They are very curious. Sometimes kids ask so many questions, right? Why Krishna is wearing peacock feather? Why he is teda? Why he is standing crooked way? Why can't he stand straight? They are curious about everything. How much is the battery capacity? How many cameras we have in this? What is the RAM? So they are curious about everything. They are curious about Krishna also. That is Jignasu. Artharthi means they want money. I want wealth. I want material prosperity. They are a different category. So Artha Bhaktas are relief seekers. They want relief. Mandir kyun jayenge? They get relief. Mandir gaye to shanti milta hai. Only for shanti they will go to mandir. Not for bhakti. They want shanti, not bhakti. They don't want Krishna prema. They just want some soothing, calm ambience where they can forget their distress or at least contemplate on their distress. Right? Introspect more and more. They want a peaceful ambience to introspect. That's where they go. Their prasadam is good. The music is good. So they just want some relief. Gajendra initially approached the Lord as a relief seeker, not a love seeker, but a relief seeker. But after some time, Gajendra evolved in his prayer. You know what he said? Oh Lord, even if you protect me from this crocodile's jaws, I will not continue in this material body anymore. I don't want this ignorant life as an elephant anymore. I would consider that you are merciful upon me not when you relieve me from this crocodile, but when you relieve me from this ignorance and false ego and material desires. That's the real relief. We should seek relief from ignorance and entanglement, material entanglement, not just a material difficulty. Don't pray to Krishna, please solve my financial problem, please solve my health problem. You can pray for all practical purposes, but our ultimate prayer should not be for relief. Our ultimate prayer should be, relieve me from this ignorance. Relieve me from this false ego. Relieve me from all material desires. When Narasimhadev came in front of Prahalad and said, Prahalad, you ask me whatever you want, I will supply. What did Prahalad say? Oh Lord, do you think I'm a businessman? Am I doing business with you or what? Do you think that I will exchange my service for some material boons from you? No. You are my eternal master. I'm your selfless servant. I'm your unmotivated servant. I don't want any desire. I have no desire. But if at all you want to give me a boon, just release me from all material desires. That's the boon I want. My desire is to be relieved from material desires. That's what I want, nothing else. That's how Prahlad prayed. When a calamity is giving us an opportunity to realize our eternal dependence on Krishna, to realize our constitutional position as a lover and a servant of Krishna, and to realize that this material world is not a suitable place for me to live, it's good. Calamity is good. Let's welcome calamities. This calamity is helping me to realize that I don't belong to this material world. I'm not supposed to be sitting here only. I'm not supposed to be staying here. This is not for me. This is not my place. I want to be out of this place. The more comfortable this world is, the more comfortable our life is, the more we feel like staying here. The more uncomfortable this life is, the more reversals and problems we face in life, the more we are inspired to get out of this place. You want to get out or stay here? Tell me.
Get out.
How many of you desperately wanted to get out of this material world? You also. How many of you like this place? America, what is this? North Carolina. How many of you love to be here forever? Huh?
Only weekend.
Only weekends. Why there is satsang, right? There's satsang. Actually, devotees are not so excited even to go back to Godhead. They're excited to be in satsang. What Prabhuji said now is the prayer of so many exalted devotees. Morning we were discussing in Bhagavatam class in the temple. That's the aspiration of so many devotees. Because yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. Wherever devotees come together and discuss the glories of Krishna, that's where Krishna is personally present. Krishna would personally sit there. In RSVP, so many devotees may just give their names, but Krishna also invisibly gives his name. He's also present. One more is Yamaraj also will come and be present there. Yamaraj also sits there. No death also. Narayana para sarve nakudasyana vibhyati sarga apavarga narakesha apitulyartha darshinaha. Devotees are not specifically excited to go to the spiritual world, but they're devotees wherever there is Krishna Katha going on, they will go and sit there. Let me tell you one little story. I think some of you must be knowing this also. In Tirupati, there is an amazing devotee called Anantacharya. He is the disciple of Ramanujacharya. He was growing flowers and serving Lord Balaji. One day while he was in garden, a snake came and bit him. He was not taking medicines. He was not taking any antidote. He just happily continuing his service. Some of his disciples became worried. The snake came and bit you. You are not doing anything. You are continuing your flower seva, garden seva. Please take some medicine. Then Anantacharya said, I have no time now. I am very busy with my flower seva. Don't disturb me. I will continue my seva. Because Guru is not listening, it's not proper to push Guru, force Guru. All these disciples became very anxious and they went in front of Lord Venkateswara Balaji and then prayed, Oh Balaji, please protect your dear devotee. A snake bit him just some time back. He's not taking any medicine or antidote. Please tell him. Then Balaji said, call him. The deity started speaking. Then Anantacharya was called. Anantacharya went in front of Balaji and Balaji asked him, my dear devotee, why are you not taking medicine? A snake just has bitten you. You are supposed to take some medicine. There's poison in your body. Can't you understand that? You need to take an antidote. Then Anantacharya said, "Oh Lord, what poison are you talking about?
Oh, Krishna.
There's already a lot of poison in my heart in the form of lust, envy, pride, greed, and illusion. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsarya. There's a lot of poison in my heart. This poison is more powerful than the poison injected by that snake. If the poison which is already within me is more powerful than the poison injected by the snake, I will not die. I will take bath in Swami Pushkarani river and serve you here. But if the poison of the snake is more dangerous than the poison which is there within me, then I will die. Then I will take bath in Viraja Nadi and come and serve you in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. Whether I die or live, my job profile doesn't change. My service doesn't change. I will continue to serve you either in the DT form or as Narayan in the spiritual world. Why should I unnecessarily take medicine? No need of medicine. Let me sleep. Let me do my service. Not sleep. Even if they sleep also, it's service only for them. So devotees are not specifically afraid of death or any material problems in life. They just want to hear Harikatha, Krishna. They just want to discuss about Krishna, Krishna Katha. When that is our focus, all these petty calamities don't do anything to us. While they are traveling on the road, I often give this example. When they're traveling on the road, when there is green signal, you have to stop. You can move. When there is red signal, you have to stop. But when you're traveling in an airplane, all these red signals and green signals are of no relevance to us. While we are on the road, red signal may give us distress by delaying our schedule, and green signal may give us happiness by just allowing us to move ahead. But when we are in the airplane, the red signals and green signals are of no relevance to someone who is traveling in the airplane. Just because there is a red signal on the road, will an airplane stop there? Oh, I'll stop. Pilot has to immediately put a brake. Doesn't work like that. And green signal is there. Pilot, it's of no relevance to me. Similarly, tolerating dualities, tolerating happiness, distress, tolerating success, failure, victory, defeat, heat, cold, honor, dishonor, respect, disrespect, all these tolerating dualities on a material plane is a situation where you're experiencing the difference between happiness and distress. You understand this is happiness and this is distress, and you're tolerating it. But we need to transcend that stage. We need to come to a level where we don't even realize the difference between happiness and distress. We should become so oblivious to happiness and distress that we become equipoised. That's what in the 2.14 Krishna said, Stam Tidikshasva Bharata. In 2.15, what did he say? Yam hinavyatha yantyete purusham purusharshabha sama dukkha sukham dhiram somrutatvaya kalpati. Sama dukkha sukham dhiram. You need to be equipoised in happiness and distress. Then amrutatvaya kalpate, we are eligible for liberation. As long as we are getting overwhelmed by material happiness and material distress, we are not yet ready for amrutatva or liberation. We need to transcend that happiness and distress on a material plane by elevating our consciousness, by chanting the holy names of Krishna, by discussing Krishna Katha. When that equanimity is there, that is called Samatvam Yoga Uchyati. Yoga means to connect with Krishna. So one of the key aspects of yoga is Samatvam, equanimity. Samatvam Yoga Uchyati. When you are equipoised towards happiness and distress, honor and dishonor, when somebody is honoring you, appreciating you, you can't just become so excited, overexcited. When somebody is blaspheming us, we can't become so depressed. Happiness will make us so overexcited, elated, confident, overconfident, proud, arrogant. And distress will make us so demotivated, depressed, discouraged, disheartened, and dysfunctional. Don't be depressed when there is distress. Deal with the distress appropriately, but don't be distressed. Don't be depressed. And rejoice happiness, no problem, but don't be proud. Don't be overconfident. Agama apayino anitya. But ultimately, we need to come to a level where you kind of see both of them on an equal plane. Both on an equal plane. A blue car may give happiness to a child, toys. When the child goes to the shop, there are so many cars. The child likes blue car. The child may not like black car. The blue car is giving him happiness. The red toy car is giving him distress. But for the father, whether it is blue car or black car, both are same. How much is it? $50. Fine. Samatvam. Yoga website. Right? He sees how much is the cost. He doesn't see the color. The child is so much distressed by certain color and happy by certain color, but both colors don't matter to the father, because the father has a higher taste. The real car is there. We have a real car. We are not so bothered with the colors of these toy cars. Similarly, spiritually elevated people, they have a higher taste. So they are unaffected by happiness and distress on a lower plane, material plane. They have a higher taste. What is that higher taste? Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoha Smaranam, Pada Sevanam. That's our higher taste. Let's develop attachment towards Sravana Kirtanam and become oblivious to the external temptations and tribulations. In this material world, a drunkard who drinks wine, intoxicant, he becomes oblivious to people. People are commenting on him, passing, ridiculing him. They are not at all affected by it because they're intoxicated. Even on a material plane, when somebody is in an intoxicated state, they become oblivious to all the temptations and tribulations and troubles around them. Similarly, when we also get intoxicated spiritually by doing Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam, Pibata, drink nectar, Neshye Bhavad Gunakathamrita Panamattaha, Bhavad Gunakathamrita. Let us drink the nectar of the narrations of Krishna's qualities, Pana and Mattaha. Let's become intoxicated. Neshye Bhavad Gunakathamrita Panamattaha. We take a vow, no intoxication. But we have to take a vow. There should be intoxication of Krishna Katha. Let's drink the nectar of Krishna Katha every day, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, and get intoxicated. So intoxicated that all the temptations and tribulations around us will not affect us anymore. This is the real intoxication. We need to really get intoxicated. Prahalad Maharaj also wants to get intoxicated. Naivadvije paraduratyaya vaitaranya tvadvirya gayana mahamrita magna chitta sochetato vimukachetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya bharamudvahato vimudha. He said, I have no problem in this world. Why? Tvadvirya gayana mahamrita magna chitta. I have immersed my chitta in the nectarian narrations of your pastimes, your qualities. I am intoxicated. When somebody is intoxicated by drinking intoxicant nectar, they become oblivious to surroundings. Let people pass comments, no problem. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna pada bhujan nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnanti munchantu va Durvadam parighosayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam tumi. Let people criticize me. Let them blaspheme me. Let them accept me or reject me. No problem. I am experiencing the love of Krishna. Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna. I am drinking the nectar of Krishna's flame. Mattayamanam tumi. My mind is intoxicated by drinking the beverage of Krishna prema. So, even though people criticize me, doesn't matter. Even though Maya troubles me, doesn't matter. Your troubles exist. Let them exist. I'm in my own world. Hmm. So this is what Bhagavatam does to us. This is what Krishna Katha does to us. Parasparam tad gunavada sidhu piyusha niryapita deha dharmaha. They become oblivious to deha dharmas also. Deha dharma means the inevitable characteristics of the body. Body itself will give us so much trouble. At some point, like when the body experiences some old age or some kind of other problems like acidity, headache, leg pain, hand pain, muscle pain, back pain, how much the body will trouble us in 100 different ways. It's very difficult and intolerable sometimes, the physical pain. Not so easy to tolerate. Those who become sick, severely, chronically ill, they understand this pain. So, Maya is there to trouble us. But if that trouble is helping us to take shelter of Krishna, it's worth undergoing it. But if the trouble is killing our faith in Krishna, my God, God knows what where we end up in. The trouble is making us blaspheme Krishna, lose faith in Krishna, lose trust in Krishna, then we have a long way to go in bhakti. So let us not be troubled by troubles. Let us be more prayerful amidst troubles, amidst tribulations. That's what Bhagavatam is repeatedly teaching us. Let me just conclude with one more incident, episode in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the 6th canto of Bhagavatam, Vritrasura just appeared from sacrificial fire as the son of Tvashta. It's a long story. I'm just keeping just one little portion of it. Vritrasura just appeared from the sacrificial fire, and Vritrasura was a great devotee. Chitraketu Maharaj in his past life. He was cursed to become a demon just because he commented on Lord Shiva. You see, one little comment he made on Lord Shiva, that too with a good concern. Of course, it was not proper to make comment like that on Lord Shiva, but still, he had a good intention. He had no malice. His comments or criticism of Lord Shiva is not like Daksha's criticism. Daksha is clearly a blasphemer, but Chitraketu is not like that, definitely. He has a pure heart, but he became little bold and overconfident in commenting on Lord Shiva. How can you keep your wife in your lap and sit amidst so many sages? He just mentioned like that. So for that, Parvati Devi cursed him to become a demon, and he became a demon. When Chitraketu Maharaj became a demon, Vritrasura, as soon as he took birth, yesterday we discussed instrument in the Lord's plan. But Chitraketu appeared as an instrument in Tvashta's plan. What was Tvashta's plan? To kill Indra. I want a son who can kill Indra. Therefore, I am doing this sacrifice, materialistic sacrifice. And Vritrasura appeared just to act as an instrument in Tvashta's plan. But Tvashta doesn't know. Vritrasura is acting as an instrument in Krishna's plan, not Tvashta's plan. So, because Tvashta did not chant mantras properly, instead of getting a son who can kill Indra, he got a son who can be killed by Indra. So Vritrasura appeared. He's a devotee, by the way. Firstly, he became a demon. Although he's a devotee, big reversal. Where is the life of the king of Vidyadhara planet, and where is a low profile life as a demon who is hated by practically everybody in the universe? He went to the battlefield to fight with the Devatas. That's the purpose of his life. The only ecstasy in the life of Vritrasura is to be killed by Indra's thunderbolt. No other ecstasy in life. No Balya Leela. So he went to the battlefield. Then he began fighting, and the Devatas were unable to defeat. Where Devatas could not defeat Vritrasura, they all went to Lord Vishnu and said, "Oh Vishnu, you have appeared in so many incarnations, so many avatars. Can you take one more avatar to kill Vritrasura? To kill Ravana, you appeared as Ram. To kill Shishupal, Dantavakra and other demons, you appeared as Krishna. To subdue Bali, you appeared as Vamanadev. Like that, so many incarnations. Can you appear in 1 hour incarnation? Lord Vishnu said, no incarnation now. I'll give an idea. That's all. What is the idea? Go to my devotee Dadhichi and ask for his bones. Then you take Vishwakarma, the heavenly architect, and ask him to manufacture a nice thunderbolt weapon, Vajrayudha, from the powerful bones of Dadhichi. And that Vajrayudha, thunderbolt, will kill Vritrasura. Within one instruction, Lord Vishnu made a plan for the death of 2 devotees. Dadhichi has to give bones. Means he has to die.
Yes. That's
With that bones, thunderbolt has to be made. And the thunderbolt is meant to kill him. Vritrasura. He is also devotee. Within one instruction, the Lord has arranged for the death of 2 devotees. Is he Lord or something else? Now you may have a question. How can the Lord plan for the death of Vritrasura? He is a pure devotee. How can the Lord, at least Vritrasura did a mistake and became a demon. Dadhichi Muni is a great devotee of Vishnu, and the Lord says, go and kill him. Take his bones. Without killing him, can you take bones? A boneless body. Right? So all the bones are taken away and he's still living. Does it work like that? It doesn't work. He has to die. No other way. All the devatas went to Dadhichi and said, one request. What request? Marjao. You died. That's the request. You see? How the Lord can function like this. The Lord can even plan for the death of his devotees. And the devotees don't misunderstand him. Dadhichi did not say, how can Vishnu? I worshipped Vishnu hundreds and thousands of years. I did so many austerities to please him. Today he's planning for my death. He wants my bones. There are so many bones of so many animals and human beings and demons in various places. He wants my bones only in the entire universe. Can't he directly give a thunderbolt weapon like this? Why you have to make thunderbolt weapon with my bones only? No other ingredients available in the entire universe. He is the creator of all the ingredients in the universe. Bhumirapo nalo vayu khamano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yame bhanna prakrutira earth, water, fire, air, ether. All these elements came from him. Can't he manufacture one weapon? Only my bones he wanted. Dadhichi never complained like that. You want my bones? Take. Take them. He closed his eyes. Meditated on Lord Vishnu. And the devatas are taking away his bones without anesthesia. But Dadhichi did not even realize that his body is getting separated from his soul. To that degree, he was absorbed. Dadhichi did not become emotional or sentimental. How can the Lord kill me? I worshipped him so much. I offered him so much bhoga. I never expected anything material from him. He is expecting my material, my bones. Is it appropriate? He did not blame the Lord at all. Similarly, when a devotee faces reversals, the Lord plans for some financial crisis or some health crisis or even death for a devotee accepts it. It's very painful, we understand it. Everybody understands it. But it's worth undergoing that pain to get Krishna's mercy. Can't Krishna give mercy without allowing his devotee to undergo some pain? Yes, he can. He can. But he wants to announce how faithful a devotee could be. How trustworthy a devotee could be. The Lord trusts his devotees so much that even if I ask them bones, they will not misunderstand me. If another devotee asks you some favor, which is little difficult for you, you feel, God, I thought he's my friend. Why is he asking all this from me? There's misunderstanding. Sometimes relationships between even devotees also are so fragile, so sensitive, that even with the slightest provocation, there's a big fight. Slight provocation, big explosion. That's how many interactions are. But you see, the Lord is telling Dadichi, I want your bones, and Dadichi is having absolutely no problems. So today, when we are discussing the example of Dadichi, our appreciation for Dadichi is increasing, right?
Yes.
Uh, our appreciation for his faith in Krishna's intentions is increasing, right?
Yes.
And our faith in Krishna's intentions are also increasing, right? Purpose resolved, purpose solved. So the Lord can put his devotees, very pure devotees, to tremendous tests so that we become more faithful. Bhakti is not so easy. Let's understand it. It's easy from one perspective. Susukham kartum avyayam. It's easily performed, but sometimes we may get certain tests where the Lord may expect something unimaginable and inconceivable and unconventional from us. At that time, in such a critical moment, how do we understand Krishna's intentions? That's where our faith is tested. That's where our maturity is tested. That's where our dedication and determination are tested. Do we deviate from devotion, or will we continue to serve him only? It's a faith test. And the Devatas manufactured this thunderbolt weapon through Vishwakarma, and Indra took up that thunderbolt weapon, went to the battlefield to fight with Vritrasura. Now, Vritrasura, he also can become emotional. I am such a devotee of the Lord. In my past life as Chitraketu, he remembers, by the way. Many times devotees forget their past lives, but Vritrasura remembers what happened in the past life. He did not become overwhelmed. He did not think, how can the Lord plan for my death? It's too much. I am his devotee, but still he has sent Indra to kill me. Indra was not a pure devotee. The Lord is favoring Indra apparently and killing two pure devotees. He is favoring a mixed devotee by killing two pure devotees. Do you understand how the Lord functions? The Diji was a pure devotee, Vritrasura was a pure devotee. The Lord planned for the death of both of them and is favoring a mixed devotee. You come, sit and rule the heaven. Is there any justice there? If you expect justice, you may lose mercy. Don't expect justice from Krishna. Expect mercy from Krishna. Mercy can come in any form. Sometimes injustice is also mercy. Aho kashtam, aho anyayam yadyuyam dharmanandana. Vipra dharmachyutashraya. When there is injustice, when there is difficulty, reversal, devotees took shelter of Krishna. That's great, amazing. So Vritrasura did not become emotional. He did not become sentimental. He did not say that, how can the Lord plan for my death? He said, this is what the Lord has planned for me. Let me be killed in this with that thunderbolt weapon. During that fight between Vritrasura and Indra, Indra was getting defeated. At one point, Indra slipped. The thunderbolt weapon slipped from Indra's hands. Vritrasura started becoming a counselor, a mentor for Indra, a guru for Indra. Take this weapon. How can it take weapon? It already fell from my hands. Lord Vishnu told that this thunderbolt weapon will be able to kill Vritrasura, and Indra did not have sufficient faith in Vishnu's instruction.
Okay.
He gives more importance to his own ego. I dropped the weapon, I will not pick it up. He's not giving importance to Vishnu's instruction. You see, the faith levels very clearly, self-evident. Vritrasura's ecstasy is, I need to be killed by this thunderbolt weapon. That's the purpose of my life. The Lord has planned that this is the purpose of my life, to be killed by the weapon of Vritrasura, the weapon of Indra. Vritrasura did not have anything else in life to do. His goal of life, his prayojan, is to be killed by that thunderbolt weapon. Nothing else in his life. And he's motivating Indra. Indra, please kill me. You have cut my one arm. You cut another arm also. You cut my throat also. You cut everything. Please. And at one point, Indra felt that Indra is not picking up still. Then Vritrasura felt, I am wasting time with this fellow. He's not picking a weapon only. How will I be killed? My, uh, my like, my going back to Godhead is getting delayed by this Indra. Because he lacks faith in Lord Vishnu's instructions, my death is getting delayed. For all the materialistic people, passage of every moment or every day is coming one step closer to death. But for a devotee, passage of every moment and day is coming one step closer to Krishna. And Indra is delaying though. Dhritarashtra is getting frustrated. Now when there is delay, when there is frustration, what are they supposed to do? Offer prayers. So Dhritarashtra forgot Indra and started offering prayers to the Lord. Aham hare tava padaika mula dasanudaso bhavita asmi bhuyah. He offered 4 beautiful prayers. Then again he came back to Indra. Indra, my prayers are over. Are you ready to fight now? Are you ready to fight now? Indra is like this. Now Indra, till now he was in a dilemma because of his ego. But now he's another dilemma. What is the dilemma? He's a pure devotee. How can I kill him? Then Rudraja says, Lord told you to kill me, you better you kill me. Finally he took up. Then also Indra is not ready to kill him. Then Vritrasura thought, let me just instigate, provoke him physically. Verbal provocation is not working. Let me physically provoke. Then he started beating Indra with one hand. Indra then used thunderbolt and cut the second hand also in self-defense. So 2 hands are over. 2 hands were cut. Dhritarashtra thought, fight is over because I don't have hands. But I can still fight with my other limbs. I have one mouth. He swallowed Indra. He opened his mouth and swallowed Indra. Now fight is over. Now fight is over. He closed his eyes and meditated on the Lord. Then Indra took 1 full year to come out of Dhritarashtra's body and again cut his throat like he's 100 years, he's just cutting. But Dhritarashtra is not even realizing what's happening to his body. He's meditating on Lord Sankarshan. So many difficulties. 1 hand cut, difficulty. Second hand was cut, difficulty. Thunderbolt is cutting his throat, then also difficulty. And before all that emotional difficulty is, Krishna has personally orchestrated his death. But still, Dhritarashtra is so ecstatic and blissful in life, he is offering prayers. Whether it is physical pain or emotional pain or any other egoistic pain, for a king of Vidyadhara planet to become a demon, it's like position down, right? Position is completely taken away. Ego is hurt. Sometimes when you are dethroned, ego is hurt. When you are cheated, emotions are hurt. When you are beaten up, body is hurt. But Dhritarashtra has transcended all these dualities, all these pains on physical plane or mental plane or egoistic plane. Devotees can easily tolerate when they are mature. Sukha dukkhe same, what is that one? Sukha dukkha, sama dukkha sukham. No, not even that. There is no, not even this. One more. Sukha dukkha man apman. Sitoshna sukha dukkheshu tatha manapamanayo. Krishna says. Sita Ushna on a bodily plane, heat and cold. Sukha dukkha on a mental plane, happiness and distress. Man apman, honor and dishonor are on an egoistic plane. A devotee exhibits tolerance at all 3 levels. Sitoshna sukha dukkheshu tatha manapamanayo. At all levels, just like Dhritarashtra. So let's cultivate this tolerance. Let's upgrade the tolerance to the level of equanimity. Let's nicely balance this equanimity and tolerance ultimately with devotion to Krishna and transcend all temptations and tribulations and troubles and reverses in this world with keeping full faith in Krishna's intentions and integrity. That's the ecstasy of spiritual life. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Should we take questions?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I haven't heard about the chakra detecting the gold and silver. Could you give us some reference for that, please? Because I don't know.
Durga Samhita, Ananda Vrindavan Champu, there are some extra references. It's mentioned that Krishna invoked the presence of Anantasesh to coil around Govardhan mountain to protect the Vrajavasis under Govardhan mountain from the flood waters coming under Govardhan. And he also invoked the presence of Sudarshan Chakra to protect Govardhan itself. Any other question, comment? Yes, Prabhu.
Well, I was just wondering this, in his previous life, when he approached the Lord, when he meditated after his mother passed away, the Lord immediately appeared to increase his faith and to jumpstart his devotion. I was wondering, why can't it happen in my life? I mean, I'm swearing, chanting, and the Lord is not appearing to. Sometimes I'm wondering, whether it's. I sometimes pray to the Lord, why can't you just give me a little glimpse? It doesn't happen. Please, please.
Question, you need to be little louder. So the question is, Narada Muni, when he lost his, in his past life, when Narada Muni lost his mother, he did not lose faith in the Lord, but he faithfully worshipped the Lord, right? Took shelter of the Lord. Why can't I get similar faith? Is that the question?
Yeah, the thing is, the Lord appeared to him. When he, after he the Lord did appear in his heart.
Correct. Why can't it happen to me?
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes I pray, my Lord, just give me little glimpse, just little.
Got it. Yeah, because Narada Muni went to Prema level. I don't know what level we are in. Narada Muni came to Prema level. Therefore, he got that glimpse. The Darshan, Harer, I forgot the Sanskrit there. After Prema level, there are two extra levels. One is Darshan of the Lord. Second is Harer Madhurya Anubhava, experience of the Lord's sweetness. You may develop Prema, but you may not see the Lord yet. He developed Prema and he was able to see the Lord. But if you are still struggling with Anartha Nivritti stages, we may not be able to see the Lord. But we can definitely see the deity form of the Lord. Although we have so many anarthas, still the Lord makes himself accessible in the form of a deity that we can see. And we can also perceive so much of mercy that we have received in our life in the form of the very fact that we got a human form of life, the Lord is merciful to us. The very fact that we came in touch with devotees, we are able to chant Hare Krishna, that's mercy. The Lord already gave so much to us. So we need to advance in bhakti by taking shelter of the Lord and then go to higher stages of bhakti to be able to personally see him. That will take some time. And those who have seen, they will not reveal. Those who have not seen, they can hanker. Okay. Any other question? Yes, ma'am.
So probably my question is, while we are going through a particular reversal, what does it actually mean to take shelter of Bhagavatam or the holy name when our mind is like so much absorbed on the reversal, when we're just like, because the mind gets so easily just like caught up, like, okay, this is a problem, like what should I do, like all those things. Like what does it mean to really take shelter rather than?
Yes. When there is a reversal in life, we must use our God-given intelligence and resources to solve the problem, to come out of the reversal. Taking shelter of Krishna doesn't mean we don't even make an attempt to solve the problem. When Vasudeva married Devaki. Right on their marriage, they comes and try to kill Devaki after hearing that Akashvani. There's a reversal. But Vasudeva did not just say it's all happening by Krishna's arrangement. What can I do here? So let me just plan for another marriage. I just married one wife and looks like that wife is being killed now by her own brother. I think I need to arrange for another marriage now. He did not think like that. He did his best to protect Devaki. So much of negotiation. He spoke philosophy. He tempted him. He threatened him. Threatened means like your fame will be at stake. He said many things and finally he protected. So the lesson there is we need to do our best to protect ourselves from calamities with God-given intelligence, money, manpower, resources, contacts, and many other faculties. But when situation is beyond our control, surrender to the situation, accept the Lord's will. And the Lord has already given us some abilities and talents to solve the problem. Let's utilize them and solve the problem responsibly as far as humanly possible. But things go beyond our capacity. What can we do? We just accept it, endure it, take it as our karma or whatever you may call, or Krishna's arrangement, and endure it. But what exactly does it mean to take shelter in such a situation? The answer to this question, to my limited understanding, is firstly, take shelter of his plan, means accept the plan. That's what Bhishma Dev told Yudhishthir Maharaj. Tasmadidam Daivatantram. First canto, 9th chapter, 16, 17 shlokas. From actually 13 to 17, the big series. There he says, Tasmadidam Daivatantram. This is the plan orchestrated by the Lord himself. You are supposed to accept it and execute it without questioning it. That acceptance is the first step of taking shelter. Just accept it and execute it. That's the next step. That's what taking shelter means. Like, without any protest, let me accept the plan and then do the needful and what is that shloka? Tatena kampam sasamikshamana bhunjana eva atmakritam vipakam hrid vag vapurvir vidadhan namaste. That's the main step of accepting shelter. With your body, with your mind, with your words, take shelter of Krishna. Hear Harikatha from devotees. Absorb your mind in Krishna Nama instead of absorbing the mind in only resolving the problem. Do the needful on a practical plane as much as practically possible, but there's something more to it. Take shelter of Krishna by Sravanam and Kirtanam. The Lord always comes to protect his devotees. Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garudamani Trailokya Rakshamani. To protect all the devotees who are suffering in all the three planetary systems, the Lord appears. Trailokya Rakshamani. Does it answer the question? Any other question, comment? It's 9 o'clock almost. Yes, Mataji.
Well, both of those higher faculties, they bring that really understand the basic principle of what it really means to accept the plan. So what it really also reflects on, sometimes one might say, oh, yes, I faith in Krishna. I love Krishna. I love it. But my problem is coming from these. These focus on the source of my causing me distress, where they're turning against me. So, but I love Krishna. I accept Krishna. So the tendency in the neophyte stage, you can speak about it, is to blame others. That the source of my problem is these people, they ganged up against me.
And instead of thinking, well, even they had ganged up against me, that's Krishna. But instead, there's that anger that develops at an artist. So they think that they're loving Krishna, but at the same time, they're destroying their devotional life. So can you speak about that?
Yeah. When Avanti Brahman faced a problem, he said, Nayam jano me sukha dukha heto na devatatma graha karma kala. Nayam jano me sukha dukha heto. These people are not the problem. These people are not the cause of my problem. Jana is not the Jana means common people are not the cause of my problem. Na devatatma. Devatas are not the cause of problem. Grahas are not the cause of problem. Planets are not the cause. Karma is also not the cause. Kala is also not the cause. What is the cause? Manaha param karanam amananti. My mind is the cause of all my problems. My mind is perceiving problem as a problem rather than as an opportunity to take shelter of Krishna. Generally, nobody desires problems. Nobody desires distress. But whenever there is a distress, the tendency is to find the cause of the distress outside oneself. We think he is the cause or she is the cause, not I am the cause. Because we never decide. But the problem is we are the cause. The mind is the cause. The material mind is the cause. Materially motivated mind is the cause. The mind's perceptions are the cause. So we need to take responsibility for our mistakes and not blame others. When Dhruva Maharaj was insulted by Suruchi, he went to Mother Suniti crying. And Suniti Mata said, my dear child, I am giving you 3 important instructions. Please remember. Number 1, please understand that you should not desire harm for anyone, even if they have harmed you. Suruchi harmed you, but don't desire harm for her. Second is, whatever difficulties or reversals you face in your life, they are just results of your own past misdeeds. Third, take shelter of Krishna, whatever desire you may have. Somehow, the first 2 advices did not enter the head of Dhruva. The third one entered his head. I need to worship the Lord to fulfill my desires. But first 2 he could not digest. But after performing bhakti and getting the darshan of the Lord, then he understood, oh, my mother told me these 2 things. I think I should have followed that day. So general response of any average living being or even a struggling sadhaka is to find cause of one's distress outside oneself. But the cause of one's distress is within oneself in the form of materially motivated mind. So if you can recognize it by regularly hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and analyzing how so many pure devotees have responded to reversals in their lives, we can make our responses more mature. Does it make sense, Mataji? Thank you.
So, so probably my question is basically like, so as sadhakas, we may have we may have like a regular routine of studying Srimad Bhagavatam, attending class. Like at least for me, I can say that okay, the routine is there, but the taste is actually missing. I'm just doing it as a duty. So when the taste is lacking, then when a problem comes, and it's just done out of a routine or duty, and the taste is not there, then when problem is there, then it becomes more difficult to actually say, okay, now I need to focus on Bhagavatam. If some taste is there, then you're like, okay, even in reversal, I should take shelter of Bhagavatam. This is the solace. But if that taste is lacking, then it is done just as a matter of duties. How do you move from that stage of just doing it every day, reading, studying Shastra, to the place where we are firm and we have the taste that when problems come, we will for sure turn to it.
When we have hunger, and with hunger, when we eat food, we can digest it. But when there is no hunger, even if we eat the best quality food or nutritious food, we can't digest it. Similarly, when we are eager to hear Krishna Katha, we can digest Krishna Katha, we can assimilate it, we can absorb it, we can realize it, we can apply it, we can internalize it when there is eagerness to hear Krishna Katha. But when that eagerness is not there, although the best chapter we are studying or the most exciting prayers we are studying or the exciting katha we are hearing, but still not much is entering our head. Just like Kayadu, she got the opportunity to hear private class from Narada Muni, not even public class. Narada Muni was not giving even katha to 100 people. He is speaking only to Kayadu, only her. But she could not focus on the class. No taste. Why? Mind is filled with so many anxieties. When will my husband come back from his austerities? Already the devatas tried to attack my son. What will happen to my son? She is thinking about her husband and son more than Hari, Lord Krishna. Therefore, she could not assimilate the class. But Prahalad Maharaj, without any anxiety, he could hear the class and he became a self-realized devotee. So all these examples teach us the importance of faithful hearing, focused hearing. But we may do it like a routine, as you said, like a tick mark in the sadhana card or something like that. But that is also good. By doing that, one day we will develop the taste and eagerness. And although we don't have taste, still if we try to do it, announcing to Krishna, declaring to Krishna that Krishna, I don't have taste, but still I'm doing it. I'm not happy doing it, but still it makes you happy, therefore I'm doing it. Please give me some taste. Right? Seeing our eagerness and enthusiasm to do it despite lack of taste will inspire Krishna to give us some taste.
Hari Hari.
And holy name is also like that. Not only hearing Bhagavatam, even holy name, no taste to chant. How many of us get distracted in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare? How many times we get distracted in within one round, within half round or within one mantra? We get distracted. But still we complete 16 rounds, right? That's a declaration to Krishna. Krishna, I don't have much taste. I'm not so happy doing it. But still, I am managing to complete 16 rounds. Because it makes my guru happy. It makes you happy. The struggle, this commitment that I give, despite lack of taste, that gives you happiness and you give me taste. So he will give us taste one day. So let's do parishrama. Let's wait for Kripa. Thank you. Any other question, comment?
When you mean taste, you mean the love of God, like experiencing the love of God. Is that like
Close to that.
so without
Ruchi
knowing that,
comes before bhava and prema. Okay. So, but
we can't decide for that, right? Without knowing what it is like.
we have to desire for it. We don't know because we are not yet there, but we can desire, not a problem. We can desire to go to Mayapur, although we are not yet there. We are sitting still in America, but we can definitely desire to go to Mayapur. One day we will go. We desire and aspire for things that we don't have only.
Faith will definitely help us with that, right? Like trusting everything, like God is there, like will help us.
Yes. Any other question? Or should we conclude here? 9:10 exactly.
There's one big.
Okay, Matasi.
No, mic, can you turn it on?
My mic is not on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful classes. Yesterday you said that our real wealth is Krishna service. I really like that. Thank you so much for the weekend Bhagavatam classes too. Prabhuji, my question is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that we should be as tolerant as the tree. Yesterday you said that we should destroy the demonic misconception, not the miscreant. No? But you also said that we should not tolerate injustice. What does that mean? here we have examples like Prahlad Maharaj tolerated all the injustice. And today you said that Didachi and Vitrasura, they didn't even consider it as injustice. So what does that mean that we should not tolerate everything and we should not tolerate injustice? I was trying, where is the line? I was trying to understand that.
Yes. It depends on our position. Prahlad Maharaj being a 5-year-old child, I mean, it's not that he tolerated the injustices, he did not even feel it. He's totally oblivious to it. He's in his own world. He was being thrown from mountain cliffs. When a little child, 5-year-old child thrown from mountain cliff falls on the ground, body will be dismantled, but he's feeling the soft cushion of Krishna's hands. He was made to enter forcefully into fire, but he's feeling the cool embrace of Krishna. Govinda Parirambhita. He was subjected to very cold weather conditions, but he was feeling the warmth of Krishna's embrace. He did not even feel, the Lord did not even make him feel. That's a different case. But in Arjuna's case, the Lord personally standing there. You are a Kshatriya, your responsibility is to fight with all these miscreants and punish them for all the nonsense that they have done. That's a responsibility, that is service. But Prahlad was not given that service. The Lord took up service on his head, and he was becoming bed for Prahlad when he was thrown. He was becoming AC for him when he was thrown in a fire. He was becoming heater for him when he was thrown in cold winter seasons. He was becoming nectar for him when he was bitten by snakes. So the Lord has done all that for him. So when we are living on a human plane, we are not like Mahabhagavat devotees like Prahlad Maharaj. When we are living on human plane, for our smooth functioning in this material world, we need to defend ourselves to some degree at least. Self-defense. In the name of tolerance, humility, and patience, we need not allow ourselves to get exploited by unscrupulous people. We need to protect ourselves. That's what Krishna is teaching us through the example of Arjuna. However, some devotees are so elevated that they become so oblivious, they don't even fight for justice also. But some do, for all practical purposes. For example, Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur was a pure Vaishnav. He was chanting the holy names of Krishna, performing Harinam Sankirtan in Srivas Angan every day along with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But there is one envious devotee, an envious person. His name is Gopal Chapal. You know that, right? He kept some Kali worship paraphernalia in front of Srivas Thakur's home just to prove that he's a Shakta worshipper and not Vishnu worshipper. What did Srivas Thakur do? He did not defend himself. There's no question of tolerance also. He called all the neighbors and said, see, this is what I'm doing whole night. Nobody believed him. They themselves called a sweeper and cleaned that place and then applied cow dung there and said, you please go and chant Hare Krishna, we know what you are. So Srivas Thakur is totally oblivious to public perception, public opinion. And Prahlad Maharaj is totally oblivious to everything that's happening around. Jada Bharat also. When dacoits came and attacked Jada Bharat, he did not do anything for his self-defense. Kali Mata personally came and killed her own so-called devotees and protected him. But we cannot imitate Srivas Thakur. We cannot imitate Jada Bharat. We cannot imitate Prahlad Maharaj. But we can follow Arjuna. We can follow people who try to protect themselves with God-given abilities. We can follow Vasudev, who tried to protect Mother Devaki. Shastra is like mother. Shastra presents all kinds of examples, extremes, extreme strictness of Krishna, extreme mercy of Krishna, giving motherly position to a woman who came to kill him, or just becoming super strict with Chitraketu Maharaj for making one small mistake, or super strict with Parikshit Maharaj by making him die within 1 week. So there are strict pastimes also, there are super merciful pastimes also. Similarly, there are highly tolerant responses made by Vaishnavas. And there are Vaishnavas who also fought for injustice, for justice. Both are there. When to apply what depends on time, place, circumstances, and our own maturity and our own mindset also. Shastra is like mother. Sometimes mother may hug the child. Sometimes mother may pull the ear of the child. Hey, don't do this. In both cases, mother's nature is to love the child only. There is no discrepancy, there is no contradiction in her behavior. Similarly, Shastras also present different examples. So depending on our own bandwidth, we take that and apply it in our lives. Does it make sense, Mataji? I conclude here.
Krishna